Greetings, people. It's Jared here, Wolfgang1, back to do another Transformers review. Right, so this week I put up a poll in the Transformers YouTube community page asking what the next figure was going to be that's going to be reviewed, and there was a sort of a tie. I say a sort of a tie. So I'm going to go with the one that I think makes the most sense based off individual votes. And this week we are going to take a look at a figure that had a redress recently, a new one come out, but the new one is kind of a piece of wank. So in order to get to that, I'm going to review the original first. So ladies and gentlemen, this is the review for Generation 1 Quake.
Right, okay, here is Quake in his most basic form, turns into a tank. Someone please let me know what sort of tank he turns into. Is it an Abrams tank? Is it something else? I don't know tanks, basically. What I do know, however, is that this turns into a tank, and the Legends Evolution version, or whatever it is I bought recently, doesn't. Turns into a box. I'll come on to that when I eventually do its review. And I'll show the comparisons between the two when I do the new version, but I want to get this one done first. So this is decent enough. Sculpted detail is fantastic. And I quite like this sculpted detail carries over into the new version as well. But again, I'll get to that. Stickers are a little bit faded in places. Let's show some of the things he came with. I'm trying to rush through this because this review should have gone up already, and it's running a little bit late. So he comes with one turret tank thing for the tank, but it doesn't move, doesn't have any articulation, and it comes with two little people that turn into guns. I think this is Tip Top and Heater. I don't know which one is which. I'm just going to call them Nutsack and Ballsack for now. And I don't know which name will apply to either one. So these are his Targetmaster companions. I've tried getting the dust off the best I can. This one here has got a little bit of damage to the barrel. I don't know whether this was chewed by an overzealous child in the past. I don't know. But yeah, the barrel on that is pretty damaged. And yeah, that's his two little Targetmaster companions. If you want to put the whole thing together, you can do by putting the turret weapon just there. As I said, that will not turn at all. That's fucking focus, you bastard thing. There we go. That's points deducted, really, the fact that you can't turn the turret. I will say, however, that I do actually quite like the tank mode. The robot mode is a little bit let down by the limitations of the time, I think, in terms of like what the toy is capable of. But the tank mode is, as Decepticon tanks go, it's a decent tank mode. Far more successful than Bludgeon's tank mode. Well, far more successful than Bludgeon, really. And goes some way to being a little bit more successful than Blitzwing. But apart from that, yeah, I mean, this is its own individual character, so it's its own individual tank. Therefore, this tank is better than the other ones. I do like the detail sculpted in, like, so you've got the air vents there, you've got the access ports there, the hatches, and just like loads of other like little random stuff sculpted in. Very, very nice indeed. Would have been nice, maybe just a little bit of different paint just to knock out the sort of the wheels on the treads, differentiate the wheels from the treads. But whatever, doesn't matter. Take this one, turn it into a gun just like that, and then stick him on the top. Now, as attack modes go, that's not bad. I mean, you can interchange them. Really, I'm just using this as an example. As attack modes go, that's okay. And then the attack mode lets itself down by transforming the second one, because there is no other weapon storage on this figure, and just plugging him on top of the other one, and now it's got a little bit ridiculous. It's got very, very ridiculous, in fact. I've got a photo somewhere where I added about 12 of these fucking things, just one on top of the other, just to see how ridiculous it could get. And it was very ridiculous, believe me. So no additional guns, looks great. Additional gun, yeah, looks pretty cool. 2 additional guns makes it look like a piece of wank. But there we go. That's about as much as I can say about that. Yeah. This is the problem with the second generation, second year Targetmasters. They were all scaled down, so they I will make them double Targetmasters and that. But the fact that you've scaled down the toy kind of limits the toy to a degree, because it's not as detailed, it's not as exciting, it's not as anything as the first year Targetmasters that came out the year before. Yeah, so not the most brilliant toy in the world, but I take some level of satisfaction from it. So we're going to go ahead and transform this guy. Transformation is not difficult. In fact, you can even leave this plugged in if you want. Start by separating the back, just like that, and bring it all the way around to the front like this. Okay, these black tabs on the bottom, you can go ahead and flip those up for the feet, just like that. This grey turret section, you can go ahead and split that. Head reveal, just like that. Spin the head round. Lower these sections down. Stand the bastard up, like that. And then I'm just got to get the hands out. One like that. The other one is always a little bit tricky, so bear with me. There we are. And then what you've got there is Generation 1 Quake. In fact, just to go ahead, you can even go ahead and spin this around if you wanted to, just so it makes it look a little tidier. And that there is Quake. Not the brilliant, the most fantastic figure in the world, but I mean, you know, he's pretty cool. I mean, I can't talk, basically. I've been wanting to do this figure for quite a while, and the reason I haven't is because I wanted to go ahead and get new stickers just to like sort of brighten them up a little bit. But I kind of, in a way, I kind of like the fact that these stickers are a little bit done, because like battle damage, if you will. Face sculpt, again, nothing really wrong with that. Let's go ahead and do a side-by-side, if we will, if that's even possible, of the new version. Okay, so I can see that this isn't going to work. So there's the new version. Old version, sorry. There's the new version. Yeah, quite a lot of sculpted detail that carries over. The head is turnable. A little bit of articulation in sort of the arms like that, and a little bit in the legs because they go out. This is all transformation carryover. So put his guns in his hands. I mean, you can even combine the guns into one gun if you wanted to. And there we have Mexican standoff Quake. Focus, you motherfucker. There we go. It's all right for what it is. It's nothing particularly special. It's quite a nice troop builder. It's like, as in like sort of fill out the ranks sort of thing. It's quite nice to have him in the background. He's nothing particularly special, but then again, maybe he doesn't have to be. Not every toy in the Generation 1 line can be a winner, and I think I've demonstrated that on more than one occasion, where the majority of them actually kind of weren't, and nostalgia is really getting in the way of really what a lot of people think of them. Let's face it, most of the G1 line is shit, and I love the G1 line, and it's pretty bollocks. It's pretty fucking bollocks. Thank God you live in the times that you do, so you can actually get articulation and a sense of wonder what these toys are capable of. I mean, you know, the missing link thing is kind of, yeah, a decade or two too late, but that's kind of what we wanted as kids. So, you know, maybe they'll tighten up Quake a little bit and make him a little bit more interesting than what he actually is. But if they don't do that, then the original is more than sufficient to have in a collection. The decent Decepticon colours of like sort of greys and dark blues, bit of purple, maroon, everything like that. There's something about him that screams Decepticon. If nothing else apart from the insignia on him. Something about his design, I wouldn't confuse him with an Autobot if he had no insignia on him, but whatever. I'm rambling because this review should have been up about 2.5, 3 hours ago, and yeah, I was just not very well last night. That's why I didn't do this. But it's done now. It's done now. Yay! Hooray for me! I've met another deadline. Do join back next week for more reviews. I might do Bludgeon. I might go ahead and do Legacy Quake because I should like that figure, but let's face it, it's shit. In fact, the original version of Quake is better than the new version, if only for the fact that this one has got an alt mode. So do check back either next week or some point whenever I'm willing to do it and find out why that is the case. Until we see each other again, thank you for watching this, and take care.